Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What happened in Punjab today was unprecedented. It's absolutely shocking that a Khalistani sympathizer and his goons, armed with swords and big sticks, were given a free run by the state, chasing cops, attacking and beating them up, vandalizing public property, and no one to stop them. Look at these visuals on your TV screens. These visuals tell a horrifying tale of a complete breakdown in law and order. This is the sorry state of affairs in the state of Punjab. Pro-Khalistan leader Amritpal Singh and his supporters went on a rampage in Amritsar, taking the state hostage. The state surrendered to Amritpal's demands and the police were forced to cower before him. The cops declared that Amritpal's close aide, who was arrested in a kidnap and assault case, would be released tomorrow because that was what Amritpal wanted, and that is why these scenes were being noticed. And the state just went on its knees, forced by the political leadership to give in to the demands of a terror sympathizer like Amritpal. Listen in to the Khalistani sympathizer Amritpal Singh after he walked out of the Ajnala police station, getting an assurance from the state and the police.
क्या सहमति बनी सर पुलिस ऑफिसर से क्या बात
पर्चा कैंसल वो कहते होया सीपी साहब ने साइन कर दिते है इनक्वायरी ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੱਟ ਬੈਠੀ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਐਵੀਡੈਂਸ ਨਵੇਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਪਰਚਾ ਝੂਠਾ ਦਰਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਪਰਚਾ ਵੀ ਦਰਜ ਲਿਖਤੀ ਰੂਪ ਚ ਦੇਤਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੀ ਰਿਹਾਈ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ
ਸਰ ਧਰਨਾ ਜਾਰੀ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਚਲੇ ਜਾएंगे ਵੀ
ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਮਰ ਸੰਚਾਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ
Well, that was Amritpal coming out, and then look at what the police had to say on how they had just given in to the demands of the Khalistani sympathizers.
So, sir, what is the final outcome? We have seen there is a lot
outcome is the person we have arrested in this case. These people, they have given us a sufficient evidence that he is not present on the spot. So we are going to discharge him tomorrow, and the rest sit has been formed. And whatever the outcome of the sit will be, so we'll take action accordingly.
A lot of questions are being raised over the police. Why he was arrested? Because today Amritpal, he has clearly said that he is coming here. If there is anything against him, he can be arrested here. So why he was arrested by the police?
So, as I have said, during investigation, evidence is on the file. So now, the evidence which these people, they have given, it is in his favor. So we're going to discharge him.
The pro-Khalistan preacher had given a 1-hour ultimatum to the government, warning that if they do not cancel the F.I.R. registered against him and his aide, the administration would be responsible for what happened next. And just that ultimatum, and the administration buckled under pressure. Look at this blackmail by this Khalistan sympathizer giving a 1-hour notice.
ਇਹ ਅਪੀਲ ਹੈ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਸਨ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਚੰਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਾ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੜ ਆਇਆ ਪਿਆ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣ ਦਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਥੇਬੰਦੀ ਦੇ ਮੇਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਗੁਰਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਬੁੱਕਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਬਸੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਵੇਰ ਦਾ ਨਜ਼ਰਬੰਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਕੋਈ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਾਸੀ ਹੋਣ ਦਾ ਨਤੀਜਾ ਹੈ ਅਗਲਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾਲੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਗੁਲਾਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਵਤੀਰਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਥਾਣੇਦਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਗੁਰਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੁਣੀ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਗੇ ਬਸੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਨਸ਼ਾ ਛੁਡਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਗੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਥੇਬੰਦੀ ਦੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਗੇ ਸ਼ਾਮਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਸਜਣਗੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਾਮਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਬੋਧਨ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ
Meanwhile, the state government decided to remain a mute spectator to the anarchy that prevailed on the streets of Punjab. And even when Punjab Chief Minister was earlier questioned about why Khalistani sympathizer was roaming free, the Chief Minister ducked the question and just appealed for calm. Listen in to Bhagwant Mann, Punjab Chief Minister.
Punjab ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਬੌਂਡਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਲਈ ਮੰਨੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਾਤਾਂ ਪਾਤਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਧਰਮਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਦਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਵੀ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਦਾ ਸੁਨੇਹਾ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ 3 ਕਰੋੜ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਚੁਣਿਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਕ 'ਚ ਫੈਸਲੇ ਲੈ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਬਾਕੀ ਲਾਅ ਐਂਡ ਆਰਡਰ ਜਿੱਤਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕੰਟਰੋਲ 'ਚ ਹੈ।
So the legitimate question we're asking on the Newshour tonight, who is allowing this free Khalistan run in the state of Punjab? That's the real question. Hashtag Khalistan free run. That's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Sushant Sareen, Senior Fellow of the ORF, Tushar Gupta, Senior Editor, Swarajya, Amritpal Singh Baliwal, Political Analyst, Dr. Akashdeep Muni, Political Analyst, Ravi Srivastava, Political Analyst. And my first question goes to Dr. Akashdeep Muni. Dr. Akashdeep Muni, I want to ask you, is the state government understanding the gravity of the situation? Do you know there is a 550-kilometer border between India and Pakistan, and Indian taxpayers pay 2 crore per kilometer to build a fence? That's 1100 crores of taxpayers' money. And what is happening inside of Punjab? Our own government, the Punjab government, gives a free run to a Khalistani supporter who blackmails the police, and the police is forced to just bend down.
I utterly disagree with you, Ravi.
No, why do you disagree with me? Haven't you seen the scenes? What are you disagreeing about?
I've seen that. Let me come to the facts. The facts is that you say that Punjab is an anarchy. I don't agree with you, because there has been crackdown on terrorism under Bhagwan Singh Mann government. BKE Rinda Group, Arsh Dalla Group, drone module, Ludhiana attack module, Lakbir Landa module, KJF module, KZF module, the Khalistani Tiger Group. Do you know about it? They have been caught by Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab. This shows that there has been a terrible crackdown on 25 big modules, टेरर मॉड्यूल्स। और आपको क्या लगता है ये टेरर मॉड्यूल आज बने हैं? ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी, शिरोमणि अकाली दल और कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट के टाइम में बने हैं, जो आम आदमी पार्टी खत्म कर रही है। इसीलिए प्रॉब्लम खड़ी हो रही है। और एक बात मैं बता दूं, लेट मी टेल यू वन पर्टिकुलर थिंग, देयर हैज बीन एन F.I.R अगेंस्ट अमृतपाल सिंह, दिस हैज बीन रजिस्टर्ड अंडर आम आदमी पार्टी गवर्नमेंट, नॉट अंडर भारतीय जनता पार्टी और कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट। वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर आई वांट टू टेल यू, दैट देयर हैज बीन highly cracked down on crime. 25% criminal cases has been solved faster as per NCRB report. And I just want to tell at the end one thing. Remember, do you remember 2016 when Bharatiya Janata Party and Shiromani Akali Dal was in power? RSS leaders were point blank killed in Punjab. This is not the case today. Today, Punjab police is empowered to act against terrorists, drugs and mafia. That what NCRB and data says. This is what I have to say, and that is why situation has improved, not come down.
Well, because some cases are solved faster, you will allow a Khalistani sympathizer to dictate terms of engagement with the Indian state. Now, Sushant Sareen, is this something that you can actually believe is happening in Punjab? And we all know Punjab and militancy in Punjab, how this country has suffered. Are we today to just be mute spectators to a Khalistani supporter wielding swords and making the Sarkar as well as the police cow down in the manner it has?
Navika, unfortunately, we are a country with a memory of a goldfish, and we have forgotten what happened in Punjab and how it happened. Of course, what the Aam Aadmi Party representative is talking is utter nonsense. And I think it's despicable the way they are trying to defend their record, because we've seen the scenes today. If the law and order situation in Punjab was as good as he's describing it to be, do you think you would have seen this kind of state of affairs in the state, where the state has actually abdicated? Keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. Keep quiet.
No, I'll not keep quiet. You said
when your drivel was happening, I kept quiet. I listened to your drivel.
No, Akashdeep Muni, Akashdeep Muni, there has to be some semblance of discipline on a debate. You can't speak all the time. You've made your point. There is another gentleman on the panel. Allow him to make his point. If you want to rebut, your time will come. Hold on till then. Yes, Sushant Sari.
Yeah, so we've seen the scenes today, and we've been seeing this kind of stuff happening in Punjab. We are seeing a steady deterioration in Punjab. Now, of course, there are all kinds of allegations against the Aam Aadmi Party and its links, and I think those need to be investigated. People had been warned before the election happened, yet people voted them in, unfortunately, but we are saddled with these people. But does that absolve the central government of its responsibility when they see things start spiraling out of control? What is the role that the central government is playing? Number one. Number two, Navika, please remember how the terrorism in Punjab happened. Its green shoots were actually in the Punjabi Suba movement. Once the Punjabi Suba movement played out, then it started out outside India when Jagjit Singh Chauhan and others started this whole Khalistan stuff from the UK and other places, right? Then it came out here, and the Pakistanis, of course, partaked into it. And suddenly what was a kind of a quasi-political movement turned into a militant and a terrorist movement. Exactly the same trajectory is being followed now. And if we are going to deny this, then it's fine. Then, we will suffer the consequences and we'll pay the wages for what is happening right now. To say that we are being alarmist is utter nonsense, because at least I don't look at Punjab very, very closely, and maybe I will start doing it now. But for the last 5 or 6 years, we are seeing this kind of a thing deteriorate. The only one thing which Mr. Muni said, which made some sense, is that this is not happening just because the Aam Aadmi Party government has come into power. It has happened under the Akalis, where there was a complete and abject misgovernance by them. It happened under the Congress government, and it has now escalated to a level where we are now seeing a kind of a full-blown kind of a movement which is openly separatist, but which will gravitate towards terrorism in not too distant a future. So brace yourselves. You can stay in denial as much as you want. But one last final point. Punjab has one of the largest police forces in this country. So you have such a large police force and you have no policing. You have no police officer, and look at the kind of nonsensical excuse the gentleman and the police officer was giving on your show. That we got evidence, so we arrested the man. Then we got evidence from that guy's lawyer, so we released him. What kind of a show are these guys running? That you just arrest somebody just for the heck of it and keep him for 5 days in prison? What does the man say? Without any
what about
evidence?
State pressure on him is also the question we'll have to ask. And let me get in Kamal Sohi of the BJP. Mr. Kamal Sohi, there has been no action against Amritpal despite several pro-Khalistan statements and activities like rioting. In fact, in November last year, Amritpal Singh Sandhu started a month-long Khalsa Bahir, and automatic weapons were carried in some of these processions. I want to ask you, since when has this been allowed in our country, in any state of India? And Punjab, given the fact that it is a border state right next to the India-Pakistan border, can we allow such separatist elements to have a free run in the state of Punjab and the government virtually sleeping on the wheel?
Navika, basically, how this has happened and why this has happened. This has the history of around 10 to 11 months. As soon as they were campaigning, there was a gentleman called Gurpatwant Singh Pannu from Canada, who's running an organization called SFJ. He openly said, we are going to finance Aam Aadmi Party elections. We are with Aam Aadmi Party elections. And this Gurpatwant Singh Pannu's character and his following and whatever he does, everybody knows. And after that, even before these elections, in the previous election, Kejriwal went to one Khalistani supporter's house in Moga, and that was in the limelight. They have a soft corner for these kind of elements, and similar kind of incident happened in Patiala when Kali Mata Mandir was vandalized, and the bricks were thrown and the open swords and the firing was done.
Can I come in with all
respect? Please let me complete. I did not intervene in when you were saying. Let me make my point. Now after that, there is a collapse of law and order in Punjab from last 10 months. You have seen murder of Sidhu Moosewala. You have seen the murder of Sandeep Umar Nangal, was a kabaddi player. There are more than 260 odd murders happened in last 10 months, and there is this party is sleeping. There was a murder of one of the BJP activists in Kodar, and he was warned 4 days back. You will be murdered on this and this date, and they didn't do anything. Rakesh Suri of Shiv Sena was murdered in broad daylight in Amritsar. And this is, I tell you, this is total collapse of law and order situation in the state of Punjab. And the situation is, no one knows. Please, otherwise I will not let you speak. Otherwise I will not let you speak when your turn comes. Let me complete my point, okay? Now, in Punjab, we Punjabis do not know who is governing us. Who is our chief minister? Is it Bhagwant Mann? Is it Kejriwal? Is it Raghav Chadha? Or is it Sanjay Pathak? Now Punjabis are in a state of shock and fear. Wherever the anti-social elements want, they are killing. Wherever anti-social element wants, they are looting. Wherever anti-social element want, they are harassing people. They are demanding ransom. Punjab.
Now let me come in.
You will come in afterwards. Let me tell you. You have changed three. They have changed 3 DGPs in last 10 months. 2 chief secretaries have been changed. And Punjab is a fit case. Punjab can be studied in the last 10 months. The situation has gone from bad to worse. We have a fear psychosis that this kind of a situation is going to take us to the 1980s or 1990s. We are looking at a very, very bleak future of Punjab.
Akashdeep Muni. Okay, Akashdeep Muni, what do you have to say in your defense? I want to ask you, I'll ask you a rapid fire question. I want to ask you, did Amritpal Singh make all these statements, objectionable statements in the past? Yes or no? Yes or no? Has he made objectionable statements, separatist statements? Yes or no?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
He has made, okay, all right. Then so after F.I.R, my friend, after F.I.R, 1 minute, hold on. After F.I.R, when his aide is arrested, why is the aide being let free tomorrow? Why has Amritpal Singh not been arrested? He comes and dictates terms in a police station, uses swords and dandas, and then you let him walk free. That is the governance of Punjab?
No. The perspective is something different. Let me keep in things in perspective. We came here and one thing. No.
They always want
BJP person will come then I'll be
for these kind of elements.
Sir, आपने तो ये नहीं बताया कि सिमरनजीत सिंह मान को आप सपोर्ट करते हैं कि नहीं? जो वरना संगरूर के एमएलए हैं, एमपी है. आपके एलआई थे ना? शिरोमणि अकाली दल से. These people are fishing in troubled waters and they want that Punjab should burn. That is why their political battle should run. This is the condition. That is why people of Punjab have thrown them out from here. And one thing, Navika ji, you have asked very serious question. I want to answer you. That there has been an FIR registered, and today, after investigation, there has been found that the person arrested is not psychologically fit. After investigation has been found, and a SIT has been made to investigate further.
You say
So
you have
investigation
selected
खत्म नहीं हुई है,
this
FIR lodge है,
this
वो कोर्ट में जाएगी, ये लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रोसेस चलेगा. इनको कोई परवाह नहीं है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी को यही परवाह है कि पंजाब जले, कैसे थोड़ा पंजाब जले और हम थोड़ा पावर में आ जाए.
Okay, calm down, Akashdeep, Puni and Kamal Soi. Calm down, gentlemen. Everybody can't speak at the same time. Just calm down. I want to get in Mr. Ravi Srivastava. Mr. Ravi Srivastava, you're a reasonable man. Do you believe that in this country we should start negotiating with separatists? Somebody is psychologically disturbed, so he can assault people, he can, he can kidnap people, and somebody can come to a police station, wave swords and dandas, and the police will negotiate with him and let an accused go scot-free. Is that the way law and order is maintained in Punjab? Or any
Navika, first of all, this person who has been making all these statements, like my co-panelist said, that FIRs have already been filed against him. Law will take its own course. But my question here is, sympathizer of Khalistan movement, Mr. Simranjit Singh Mann, is sitting right in the parliament. And we have got all supporters, many people, the BJP spokesperson, who speak in favor of Khalistan movement. As far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, nobody supports it. And they do proudly say, Khalistan Murdabad. Let the friends also say it. Because neither Bhagwan Singh Mann nor Kejriwal, they don't have any sympathy for the Khalistan movement. It is the center. It's a national security subject.
So Mr. Ravi Srivastava, okay, if you are saying that Mr. Mann or Mr. Kejriwal do not support Khalistani supporters, then why were these people allowed to go away, walk free, after they intimidated, made policemen run? They were roaming around with automatic weapons. In their procession in November and carrying swords today. Why have they been allowed to walk free? Can you please explain to me?
Yeah, sure. Navika, the SIT has been formed. It will definitely investigate who was carrying which weapon. Another thing is, you talk of state law and order is a state subject. Where was the state when the person was hoisting a Khalistan flag on the Lal Killa on 26th of January? Where was the state? Where was the law and order? Who was controlling that? Nobody.
Do you know who was there?
No, today.
Do you know who was there? There is one Punjab sitting minister.
You don't utter a word. You have got Mr. Sirsa, who is the biggest sympathizer of Khalistan movement.
I tell you, there was one Punjab sitting minister there.
You have got people right in Canada. Even our country's diplomacy, what are they doing? The Justin Trudeau is participating in the Khalistan movement there. There people are killing the orders from there. Lawrence Bishnoi is killing Sidhu Moosewala and the central government is keeping quiet. What are they doing? Sucking the thumbs. What center is
What do you want us to do?
1 minute.
What do you want us to do?
1 minute. Politics on the security of this country, on the integrity of this country is not going to be tolerated, Mr. Ravi Srivastava. So let's not make this political. Let me get in Mr. Amritpal Singh Baliawal. Mr. Amritpal Singh Baliawal, you're a Punjabi, I'm a Punjabi. And this is our state as it is a part of India. And every Indian would feel worried when they look at these scenes. SIT will look into it. The procession happened last November. FIRs have been registered. Today, all of this is there. And you can see how these sword and danda, lathi wielding people have tried to push the police on one side. And those visuals are there. And you can see how the hapless police are being pushed back. And the man gets a promise that the aide who has been arrested will be released tomorrow. Is this not abject surrender by the state? Mr. Baliawal, please explain to me, am I getting it wrong or is that what these visuals show?
Definitely, Navika. जो आज हुआ है बहुत शर्मनाक कार्य है आज पंजाब में इन्वेस्ट पंजाब समिट चल रहा है और जहां पे हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जो लोगों को कह रहे हैं कि आप पंजाब में आइए, इन्वेस्ट कीजिए, बहुत फेयर माहौल है पंजाब का। बट पंजाब का माहौल जो है वो आप सबने देख लिया है। पुलिस हाउस अरेस्ट हो गई है। इन्होंने की है जो वहां पे गए हैं, पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर अभी भी वो लोग बैठे हैं और पुलिस को अरेस्ट किया हुआ है। और भगवंत मान जी आज मेरे हिसाब से ये कह रहे होंगे पंजाब का लॉ एंड ऑर्डर बहुत अच्छा हो गया क्योंकि अमृतपाल के सपोर्टर्स ने पंजाब पुलिस के ऊपर कब्जा कर लिया और वो बहुत अच्छे से चलाएंगे। नाविका, मैं आपको 2-3 चीजें बताना चाहता हूँ। ये जो इंसिडेंट हुआ है ये 8 दिन से चल रहा है। उसने ओपनली थ्रेट किया था पंजाब पुलिस को, अगर मेरे आदमियों को छोड़ा नहीं गया तो मैं आऊंगा और छुड़वा के ले जाऊंगा। फिर उसने संडे को एक स्टेज अनाउंस की एट जवाहर सिंह वाला, वहां पे उसने कहा कि मैं 1 दिन का और अल्टीमेटम दे रहा हूं, 4 दिन का और अल्टीमेटम दे रहा हूं, मैं एक्शन लूंगा। कल उसने फिर दिया अल्टीमेटम, कुछ नहीं किया पुलिस ने। उस बंदे को पकड़ा जा सकता था, रोका जा सकता था, बट जो आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार है बदलाव दिखाना चाहती। ये बदलाव देख रहे हैं पंजाब के, जहां पे हमारी पुलिस ने मिलिटेंसी को खत्म किया और उस जमाने में भी कभी पुलिस स्टेशन के ऊपर कब्जा नहीं हुआ और आज पुलिस स्टेशन के अभी भी अंदर बैठ के कब्जा करके बैठे हैं और आप कह रहे हैं कि कुछ हुआ ही नहीं। लोग डर रहे हैं। पर अजनाला पुलिस स्टेशन, 1 मिनट भाई साहब, अजनाला पुलिस स्टेशन बॉर्डर से सिर्फ 10 किलोमीटर की दूरी पे है। पाकिस्तान का बॉर्डर 10 किलोमीटर की दूरी पे है और हमारी पुलिस स्टेशन के ऊपर कब्जा हो गया वहां पे और कल को कोई भी आके ले आएंगे। और वेपन्स, ऑटोमेटिक वेपन्स, कहां गई वो पॉलिसी, कहां गया बाकी चीज। एक चीज और नाविका, गोल्डी बरार को पकड़ने की बात करी थी सीएम ने जब गुजरात इलेक्शन चल रहे थे, आज तक नहीं पता लगा कि गोल्डी बरार गया कहां पे। ये सारा कुछ पंजाब में ही हो रहा है क्योंकि पता ही नहीं मुख्यमंत्री कौन है, कहां से काम चल रहा है। आप बताएं तो सही। अभी ये लाल किले की बात कर रहे हैं, लाल जी।
चलिए ठीक है, आपने अपना पॉइंट रख दिया। मुझे मैं आपको रिबट करता हूँ। आपको पता है कि नहीं कि ये जितने भी आपने नाम लिए हैं ये आज के बने हुए नहीं है, शिरोमणि अकाली दल और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के टाइम के 2016 के हैं। आपको पता है? आपको पता है? नहीं, आपको पता नहीं होगा ना। आपको बता दूं, मैं भी पंजाब में रहता हूँ, आपको पता नहीं होगा। आपको पता है कि 2016 में आपको पता है जब उनकी सरकार थी कि कैसे मारा जाता था लोगों को, वैसा हो रहा है आज। You know,
चले हम कत्ल हो रहा है। अरे 50
state one important thing is that there has been a facade created by people in the opposition here from Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party that everything is anarchy. It is not that. The situations have improved. The problem है drugs menace. आपको पता है drugs menace?
अरे शर्म आ रही है। अरे शर्म कीजिए। दो बच्चे मर रहे हैं हमारे, दो बच्चे मर रहे हैं रोज।
आपको पता है कि आपको क्यों निकाल के फेंका गया पावर से?
अरे
पावर से क्यों निकाल के फेंका गया?
अरे पंजाब में आके
नहीं क्यों चार्ज किया गया? आपको पता है? आपको पता है?
और लोग
पता है?
1 मिनट
पकड़ रहे हैं।
तुषार गुप्ता 1 minute, Tushar Gupta, 1 minute, gentlemen. Tushar Gupta, I want to get you in. I want to ask you, is this an issue on which we should even have a debate? A police station under siege 10 kilometers away from the India-Pakistan border. And we are sitting and finger pointing and refusing to admit that this is a serious situation which needs to be looked at just so seriously because the security of the country, the integrity of the country is at stake, and we are sitting and pontificating. I mean, is this the most shocking part of the situation in Punjab today?
You know, Navika, this is a repeat of the politics we were seeing around CA protests in Shaheen Bagh. Let's get a few facts clear. One, the law and order situation in Punjab has gone for a toss. Number two, Amritpal Singh Sandhu is a national security headache. Number three, even though I do not like saying this, but Aam Aadmi Party has to fix its mess in Punjab. It doesn't matter if the problem originated in 1980s, 2000, 2020. They have the mandate, they have to fix it, the people trust them to fix it. And the centre, even if it may not trust the Aam Aadmi Party, has to give them that leverage to fix the law and order problem because it's a state subject. But simultaneously, the centre needs to prepare now. They cannot make the same mistakes they made during the farmer protest. Aam Aadmi Party cannot be trusted to fix this problem. They'll evade their responsibility at the most crucial time, be it Raghav Chadda, be it Arvind Kejriwal, be it Bhagwant Mann, who's placed as the chief minister. They'll all evade the responsibility, so it's very important for the centre to prepare. Now here the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson says that we've been cracking down on criminals. Today, there was an open threat to the state that we are giving you an hour, withdraw the F.I.R. or you'll be responsible for whatever follows. There is your evidence. Take action against it. Why do you need an SIT for it? The man is speaking to national television and national channels. He's saying on television that if you do not withdraw the FIR, the violence that follows, we won't be responsible for it. How is the Aam Aadmi Party again waiting it out? That's my question. Mr. Mooney, then take action. Then take action against him also. Then take action now. Sir, your leader in Delhi keeps complaining.
Mr. Mooney, why has action not been taken on Amritpal Singh?
Mr. Mooney,
why has action not been taken? Can you please explain?
Navika.
You know,
Navika, Arvind Kejriwal. No. Where is the action? No, Navika. For 10 years in Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal has been complaining, give me the control of the police force, I'll fix the things. Give me the control of the police force. He has it in Punjab. What is he doing?
भारत की जनता खालिस्तान को सपोर्ट करते हो, Simranjit Singh Mann को सपोर्ट करते हो.
No sane thinking individual supports Khalistan. Is that even a question? आप लीजिए ना एक्शन उसके अगेंस्ट, आप लीजिए.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एलाय थे कि नहीं?
Navika, this is the problem with these Aam Aadmi Party spokespersons. They lack common sense. They do not understand what's going on. They do not want to acknowledge the situation on the ground. That is why I'm saying Aam Aadmi Party in the state cannot be trusted to solve the problem. Centre has to step up. The centre needs to step up. These people won't fix the problem, Navika. Navika, these people won't fix the problem.
पंजाब के लिए कुछ नहीं करेंगे, पंजाब को जलता हुआ छोड़ देंगे. आम आदमी पार्टी ही पंजाब को जलने से बचा सकती है, जो आज कर रही है, जो आज निकाल रही है. आर्म्स एक्ट के अंडर में
Sareen, FIRs have been registered. Law will take its own course. Is this enough? I mean, this one-upmanship on an issue of security. Do you think the Aam Aadmi Party is taking this far too lightly?
Tell me, is this character Amritpal Singh's Sandhu? Has he started making these separatist remarks and this rabble rousing which he is doing? Has it just started yesterday or 3 days back or after the arrest of one of his associates? He's been doing it for months altogether. What FIRs have been filed? And has an FIR been filed only today? Has it been filed 3 days back? Has it been filed 5 days back? When has it been filed? Number one. Number two, what about why were FIRs not filed earlier? And if just filing an FIR is action, then I'm sorry, it's not really going to lead us anywhere. If you file an FIR, then why don't you move against the person? Why don't you collect the evidence and book the guy? There are enough provisions in the Indian Constitution. But I will repeat, there is a responsibility of the state government, but there is also a responsibility of the central government. The central government can't simply wash its hands of what is happening and say that it's the state government's responsibility. If the state government is not discharging its responsibility, there are enough provisions in the statute books, in the constitution for the central government to force the hand of the state government to direct it to act. And if the state government does not do it, then it constitutes an action which can be taken under the relevant articles of the constitution to dismiss the government and impose president's rule. That can happen. That is the nuclear option, but it can happen if the situation comes to that. Now,
and that then will be the beginning of an entirely new political circus, because Sushant, you do understand, the minute the centre talks about president's rule, hell will break loose. And in the meanwhile, what happens?
Hell is breaking loose, yeah.
Punjab security.
Isn't hell breaking loose right now?
Virtually.
What is happening right now? Is life, property, the liberty of citizens safe?
I can't disagree with you on that as well, Sushant Sareen. I can't disagree with you on that, and those visuals are telling their own story. And that's how precariously Punjab's security and this country's security, ladies and gentlemen, is resting. Can we ask the state government to just wake up and understand what the security of Punjab should be, given that it is a border state? And can we also ask the Center for Intervention, because if the state government can't do it, somebody will have to step in, because India cannot be held to ransom in the manner it is being in Punjab. We'll follow this story. This isn't dying anytime soon, because Amritpal Singh Sandhu's aid is going to be released tomorrow. And does that embolden such separatist activities, not just in Punjab, but also other parts of the country, including Kashmir? It's a huge issue that this country should worry about. Thank you very much to my panelists joining me on debate number 1.